I struggled with my orgasm for years. I never orgasmed with a partner until I met Xander.
Why are women faking orgasms?
And yeah, that's what so many of us women we're socialized to do. It's more important for him to have a good experience, more important to pay attention to him and make sure he feels good and his ego is protected. Something like 95% of women said that they've faked at least once in their life. And we asked if you're currently faking orgasm with your partner. I believe it was around 37% of women said.
37%. Wow.
We have all the misinformation about how our orgasm really works. Like I always share very openly, I struggled with my orgasm for years. I never orgasmed with a partner until I met Xander. And it wasn't because my partners didn't care. It was because I was dealing with my own crap around, allowing myself to receive pleasure and understanding how my body worked. Even being a freaking sex therapist, I still struggled with that.
Wow.
So, men genuinely want their partner to feel good. I think it feels good to a man to provide pleasure to a woman, right? And I think a lot of women don't get that. And a lot of women, we sabotage our own ability to feel that pleasure because we won't allow him to focus on us. We fake orgasms, so he gets the idea that what he's doing is working, even though it's not. We tell him, oh, we let him touch us for a few seconds, like, okay, let's move on. It's fine. You don't have to. Go ahead. So it's like men are trying to give us a gift and we are pushing it away.
Why are women faking orgasms?
Because it feels easier. I mean, I faked a lot of orgasms in my life and there were a lot of reasons for it. So sometimes it was, primarily it was, I didn't know what I needed. And so it felt embarrassing. I felt like I don't know what to tell a partner. I don't know how to instruct him. So I might as well just fake it instead of making him fumble around and neither of us really knows what we're doing. So, I mean, that was the primary reason, but sometimes it was just, I just want sex to be over. I'm ready for it to be done. A lot of times it was, I want him to feel like he's done a good job. I want him to get to have that experience of like, oh, I made her feel so good. I made her orgasm. I was thinking so much more about my partner's experience and their pleasure than my own experience. And yeah, that's what so many of us women we're socialized to do. It's more important for him to have a good experience, more important to pay attention to him and make sure he feels good and his ego is protected and we can sacrifice ourselves. And so I really want women to stop doing that.
Is this the
for ourselves and to recognize that men don't want us to be doing that either.
Is this the overwhelming majority of women that do this?
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. There's not any like proper scientific research that I've seen on the numbers, but we've polled our community before and something like 95% of women said that they've faked at least once in their life. And we asked if you're currently faking orgasm with your partner. I believe it was around 37% of women said.
37%. Wow. Wow.
And some women will say, I don't fake it, but it just doesn't happen. And neither of us, we don't talk about it openly. So it just, it just happens like that. So that's another big percentage of women too, that they're not necessarily faking it, but they're still not having them.
Well, that's not good.
It's not good. And this is, I mentioned earlier, the connection between enjoyment and desire. It sounds so obvious, but most of us don't make that connection. The dynamic that I hear about the most frequently is the woman's the one that has lower desire. It's always the woman, and she's always blaming herself. What's wrong with me? I must be broken. Something must be wrong with me. It's all my fault. My husband always wants sex, and I never want it. And what they don't recognize is that connection between enjoyment and desire. If you are not enjoying the sex that you're having, it makes zero sense for you to crave it. I call this the mushy broccoli problem. So do you ever find yourself just absolutely craving a bowl of steamed, mushy, unseasoned broccoli?
No.
And do you think anything is wrong with you for not wanting that? Of course not. But the same thing is true with sex. There are so many women who, again, it's not a fault. It's not their fault. It's not their partner's fault. It's just this misinformation and misunderstandings. But there's so many women who are having mushy broccoli sex and then beating themselves up for not wanting more of it. So the problem is not, when a woman comes to us and says, I have a low libido, fix me. Do I take the supplements? Do I take the pills? What do I do? The first question we ask her is, tell us about the sex that you do have.
I think that a bad sex life in monogamous relationships leads to. I think that's the stem of a lot of problems that we see with couples today.
I agree with
I
you.
think it all. I mean, I don't know. I think that bad sex life stems from self confidence. I believe that, and I could be way off, but that's why you're here. And then I think that the marital problems, a lot of marital problems, stem from an unhealthy sex life.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. And I'm glad that you're saying this because this is the battle that Xander and I are constantly fighting in our business is trying to help people realize sex is not just sex. Sex is not just putting body parts in other body parts. Sex is the way we express love for each other. Sex is the way that we create intimacy with each other, that we feel close to each other. It's a way that we play together. It's a way we explore ourselves and each other. It's a way we're vulnerable and open and raw with each other. It's this thing that we do that we don't do with anybody else in our lives. It's a special thing that just the two of us do. It's not just this act that we do, it's a journey that we take together. And if that connection isn't in place in a relationship, there's so many other aspects that are going to be damaged. I don't think that you can have a healthy relationship without a healthy, active sex life. Aside from a very small percentage of people who are asexual, I don't think you can have a healthy sex life without.
Can you pick out in couples who has a healthy sex life and who doesn't? Can you see it immediately?
You can. I mean, I have never been tested on this. Maybe if somebody wants to fund some testing, see how good my radar is on this. But I can usually sense it. Yeah, you can see like it's in the way a couple looks at each other. Do they make eye contact with each other? Do they touch each other? Is there that kind of like mischievous little grin they have when they look at each other? Are they standing close to each other? There's a lot of body language between a couple that's connected versus a couple that's disconnected.
How many couples do you think there are that have bad sex life?
I would venture to say the majority of couples. I'd say it's more common to have a bad sex life than a good one.
Man.
And I know it bums me out. It really bums me out. And that's why I'm so passionate about doing this work is that I want more people to be able to be connected, to be able to experience it. Because most of us have had that experience of great sex where it just, I'm curious for you, like when you've had, and you don't have to share any like specific detail, but like when you've had really great sex, what mindset does that take you to? What do you feel afterwards?
I mean, I feel great. I feel confident. I feel closer to my wife. I mean, I think it relieves a lot of stress,
Oh yeah. Huge stress reliever.
And yeah, that's what comes to my head.
Yeah, it's an amazing experience. There's this high that we get. We actually have really great research showing that when a couple has great sex, there's an emotional high that lingers for about 24 to 48 hours afterwards. There's this afterglow that we experience.
No matter where you're watching Shawn Ryan Show from, if you get anything out of this, please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share this everywhere you possibly can. And if you're feeling extra generous, please leave us a review on Apple and Spotify podcasts.